Hello, YouTubers. It's Simpson Michael from Screws Productions, bringing you a new podcast for my segment called The Difference Between Sentai and Power Rangers. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly in case you don't understand me. Also, I try to do my best not to breathe so hard during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. Now, anyway, let's get into the difference between Sentai, Gingaman, and Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. Now, let's go off to Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. Now, after Power Rangers Lost Galaxy is a direct sequel from Power Rangers in Space. Now, Power Rangers Lost Galaxy is the seventh Power Rangers series. Now it aired on February the 6th, 1999. It ended on December the 18th, 1999. It had 35 episodes. Now, the story of Power Rangers in Space goes like, Power Rangers Lost Galaxy goes like this. After it follows, it's a year after in space. From the technology that was left over in the great space battle, the Earth managed to make this space colony called Terra. Now, the purpose of Terra is to go across the galaxy and find a suitable planet to colonize. So basically, it's a giant spaceship company that travels to go across the galaxy and find a suitable planet to colonize and shit. So after. But meanwhile, somewhere on a planet called Neoroid, there was these five sabers stuck in the huge stone called the Quasar Saber. Now, the Quasar, these five Quasar sabers have the power of the galaxy. Whoever pulls these five sabers out will see the power of the galaxy. So, an evil group of space insects, led by this insect named Scorpio, and with the help from his daughter, want to use the Quasar Sabers to take over the galaxy. But a local from America managed to escape, and seek help from the people, five others from the Terra colony. Leo, Damon, Kai, Maya, and Kendrick managed to harness the power of the Galaxy Sabers and came to Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. Along with Leo's brother Mike, who came to Master Defender, their job is to attack Terra from the evil forces of Scorpio and Scorpina, and make sure that Terra safely set out on their mission to find a planet to colonize. So basically, that's the whole Power Rangers Lost Galaxy in a nutshell. So anyway, let's get into the Sentai Gingaman. Now the story of Gingaman goes like this. So first, let's start with this. Now, Gingaman was the 22nd Super Sentai series. Now, Gingaman aired on February the 22nd, 1998. It ended on February the 14th, 1999. It had 50 episodes. Now, let's get into the storyline of Gingaman. Now, Gingaman is a nature Sentai. So anyway, turns out 3,000 years ago, a group of evil space pirates tried to take over Earth, but a group of 5 warriors managed to steal these evil space pirates away in the deepest ocean. But turns out there still was just a temporary message that one day that these evil space once the ship wears off, the evil space pirates will wake up from their ocean prison and try to take over the world once again. So 3,000 years later, the Gingaman the Gingaman power, 3,000 years ago, the Gingaman powers were passed through generation from generation. And the 332 generation, the Gingaman powers were passed to a new group of Gingaman, just when the evil space pirates woke up from their 3,000 year slumber. So these new Gingaman, along with Gingaman's brother, who King Bowman, or we call him the Man Defender, they must defend Earth from these evil space pirates and finally to get rid of them once and for all, and also find a way to reverse the the stone process that the evil space pirates did to their homeland as well. So basically, that's the whole plot of getting it in a nutshell. So anyway, let's get into what they have in common. But even though that a lot of things were like the whole nature thing from the Sentai was changed into a space thing in the Power Ranger version, a lot of the plots was kept the same in the Power Rangers series. Basically, like when Leo thought the mic fell into that fissure that could close, he had his quasar saber to Leo. He became the Red Ranger. The same thing happened in the Sentai. Now, the way they got their special turns that direction happy in the Power Rangers version, also happy in the Sentai version. The same way the same way how Mike became the defender happened the same way in the Sentai version. The same way that the Mad Defender possessed Mike to escape from the fissure and seek revenge on the bad guys who that kill a loved one. Same thing happened in the Sentai version. So basically, and also the same way they got the Lights of Orion, the same way they got the Lights of Orion in the Power Rangers happened the same way, almost the same way in the Sentai version. So basically, this is just a few things they had in common. Now, the Red Castle cipher did exist in the Sentai, was also featured in the Power Rangers series. So the same way they got those extraterrestrial forces and centaurs, it happened the same way in the Sentai. So basically, a lot of things happen the same way in the Sentai. They had a little, they have to change it a little bit for the Power Ranger version. Now, the thing that didn't exist in the Sentai version that did exist in the Power Ranger version. Now, the jet jammers did not exist in the Sentai. No, it did not exist in the Sentai. No, they did not. The Galaxy Cycles did not exist in the Sentai as well. Did not exist in the Sentai as well. Leo's Battle did not exist in the Sentai, being that big whole Battle did not exist in the Sentai as well. So, but now way the Galaxy Rangers got their powers from pulling the Galaxy Sabers from that giant stone. But in the Sentai version, the Gingaman were giving the powers of the Star Beast Sabers. Therefore, that's how they came to Gingaman. So basically, the Gingaman were giving their Ranger powers, but were giving their Ranger powers in the Sentai and Power Ranger version, they had to pull the Koga Sabers from it to get the powers of the Lost Galaxy Rangers. So there's a major, there are two major differences from the Sentai and the Power Ranger version. In the Sentai, the reason why the Master Defender wanted vengeance against the bad guys in the Sentai is because the evil space pirates killed his brother. But in the Power Ranger version, the Master Defender still wanted vengeance against Scorpio because Scorpio killed his son. Now, that is one major difference between the Sentai and the Power Ranger version. Now, Scorpina and Scorpio were original badass made for the Power Rangers series. So, but a lot of the bad guys from the Sentai were featured in Power Rangers were featured as Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. So was the main bad guy and the main foot soldiers. Now, the main characters from Power Rangers Lost Galaxy were original made characters for that Power Rangers series only. So the major difference between the Sentai and the Power Rangers is the Sentai was a nature themed Sentai, but the Power Ranger version was a space themed Sentai. So basically, that's just a major difference. That is the final major difference between the Sentai and the Power Ranger version. So anyway, like always, to come back next time, where I'll be doing Goggle 5 and Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. Anyway, this is Michael, sign off. 1.